Hi everyone, my name is Ava Zwizinski. I'm a rising sophomore from Columbus, Ohio. I'm a public health major with a marketing minor, and I went through recruitment fall of 2024.
Hello there, I am Isabel Taylor. I am also a rising sophomore. I'm from Severna Park, Maryland, and I'm a marine science major, and I joined my sorority in the fall of 2024. And today we will be talking about what a recruitment counselor is and how we are there to help.
So, for a little bit of background information, recruitment counselors are girls in sororities that apply and go through an interview process to become a recruitment counselor. When they accept their position as an RC, they're choosing to disaffiliate from their sorority for the sake of PNMs. Disaffiliation includes not being posted on their chapter's social media, not posting anything related to their chapter on social media, not wearing their organization's letters, and not hanging out with their sisters on campus.
As an RC or recruitment counselor, we take a 16-week course in the spring that teaches us how to be good recruitment counselors and the best ways to help PNMs or potential new members as unbiased guides. In this class, we also learn about Greek life as a whole and get to know all the chapters other than our own. But overall, we are there as helpful people that PNMs can go to ask any questions about the process or to ask for advice when facing difficult decisions. Recruitment can be very daunting and confusing, but that's why us RCs are there to help.
There are 3 types of recruitment counselors during the weekend. First, there are your home-based recruitment counselors. They sit at home base, which is the theater in Lib Jackson Student Union. That's where we meet every morning. They'll remain there during the rounds with the VP of RCs named Haley, the VP of recruitment, Devin, the PAN president, Logan, and then Lindsay and Cody, the head of IFC and Panhellenic. These RCs are there specifically for helping girls make decisions. If you're struggling with who to rank where or can't decide between organizations or just have any questions, they are there to listen to you and help talk you through it.
And another type of RC that you will be meeting will be the traveler RCs. These are people who will be physically taking PNMs to their rounds and ensure they get where they need to be in a timely manner. Sometimes as a PNM, you might need to travel across campus in order to make it to your next chapter, since each chapter will be in a different location. For example, you might have to run from HTC all the way to Lackey Chapel, which is why it is important that you listen to your RCs between rounds. And lastly, the last type of recruitment counselor is the door RC. The door RC will be stationed in front of each chapter's door, and when the PNMs arrive, it is their job to make sure every PNM is there and in order before notifying the chapter that they are ready.
When going through recruitment, you'll be traveling to meet different chapters every day and learning new things about the chapters as the days go on. During one of the rounds, specifically philanthropy round, you will learn about which philanthropic organization each sorority is partnered with and what they do. For example, Chi Omega works with Make-A-Wish, or Alpha Delta Pi works with the Ronald McDonald House. And another thing that you'll learn about during these rounds is each chapter's values. These values are a set of morals that each chapter lives by. So like when talking to Sigma Kappa, you'll learn about friendship, personal growth, service, and loyalty, and why those traits are important to them. Or when you're at Phi Sigma Sigma, you'll learn about friendship, faith, love, sincerity, integrity, and strength, and how they choose to incorporate those characteristics into their everyday life.
Also, even though there is going to be at least one recruitment counselor for each chapter, there is one exception, which is that Tri Sigma will not have an RC from its chapter. This is because Tri Sigma is a new chapter being added to the formal recruitment process this year. They started up on campus in the fall of 2024, and because they were going through the process of getting established, they were not a part of formal recruitment last year, but this year they will be.
I decided immediately after going through the recruitment process that I wanted to be an RC. Going through all of recruitment and having good RCs there to have my back and guide me during this intimidating time was really important to me. I went to them with any question or concern, or like if I needed a hair tie or anything like that. They gladly dropped everything to help me, and they did give me honest feedback when I was looking for advice. I feel that they really added to my amazing recruitment experience, and I knew that I wanted to be that person for incoming PNMs from the get-go.
I also had a very good recruitment process, which in turn also made me want to become an RC so that I could help other PNMs have a good time as well. One thing that made my process so amazing was my recruitment counselors, who were always very helpful and kind. However, one thing that I regretted was not opening up to them more or using them as a resource. I think if I had taken the time to talk to my RCs about the decisions I was making and ask for some advice, I wouldn't have had to figure it out all on my own. So one piece of advice I have for incoming PNMs is that if during the recruitment process you are having any sort of doubts, worries, or are conflicted about something or are confused about something, please talk to your RC. They are there to help you, and having someone who knows what you are going through and has done it themselves is very helpful.
Another piece of advice that I'm going to offer for PNMs is to go through recruitment with an open mind. It's super important that you end up where you need to be. It's kind of a trust the process situation. I remember being so scared to go through recruitment after scrolling through my TikTok and seeing Bama Rush and stereotypes and this, that, and the other. And after my first round, I realized it was actually the opposite. Sororities are all about sisterhood, so don't take other people's opinions into consideration. Don't get so focused on one organization because it's the one your friend likes, or don't roll one out because it's the one your friend doesn't like. Whatever it may be, going through the process with no expectations and just wanting to find girls that feels like sisters is the ideal way to go through recruitment, and it definitely makes everything less scary.
In the beginning, Ava mentioned briefly about what disaffiliation is, but I want to mention that again and why it is important. Recruitment counselors disaffiliate and basically hide what chapter they are part of from PNMs because we don't want any new members to think that we have any sort of bias in the things we do or say. We are there to help PNMs no matter what, and what chapter we are part of has nothing to do with it, and we don't want that to influence any decision you may make. Some PNMs like to try and guess what chapter RCs are a part of and at the end of recruitment, but it is important to remember that there is a difference between guessing and stalking. It is okay to have ideas in your head about what people's chapter affiliations are, but it is never okay to stalk somebody online or in person to try and figure it out. It is so much better to not know and keep it a secret and to find out at the very end.
Like Isabel mentioned, at the end of recruitment, we do a reveal. We do it right before you guys get your bid. We do chants, we sing, we reveal our bid day shirts, and I remembered it being super fun and even shocking at some points to find out who was in what chapter. And it's also a really great way to get your energy high and get you excited for bid day. With that in mind, PNMs need to remember that RCs have been disaffiliated from their chapter for months, and that's not something that's easy on us. So even if you are tempted to stalk social medias, which I get it, I'm that person too, please remember that us RCs have been looking forward to this reveal for a very long time, and it's just as exciting for us as it could be for you. So keep that in mind when you're wanting to look at Instagram or whatever, that we don't want it to get ruined as well.
Additionally, since we are disaffiliated, that means that as RCs, we do not represent our individual chapters, but instead we represent the Panhellenic community as a whole. Panhellenic is a council that represents all of the chapters, so even though everybody in this community has their own individual chapter, we are still all connected. And so as representatives of Panhellenic, we want to promote PNMs to sisterhood as a whole instead of individually.
With all that being said, as we wrap up, we hope this podcast has given you a better understanding of what it means to be a recruitment counselor, the role we play in recruitment, and the importance of disaffiliation. Remember, our main goal is to support you, our PNMs, throughout this process with unbiased guidance and a helping hand. It is completely normal to feel overwhelmed at times, but make sure you keep in mind that you're not alone. Whether you're struggling with decisions or simply need advice, we are here to make your recruitment experience smoother. That we've done it before, we've been in your shoes, we completely understand. So go through the process with an open mind, trust that you'll end up where you're meant to be, and don't hesitate to lean on us when you need it. Good luck, and we can't wait to see you in the fall.
Thank you so much for listening to our podcast. We hope you found it helpful and educational, and that you can go into recruitment knowing what a recruitment counselor is and how we are there to help. We can't wait to see everyone in the fall.